Next up, at UFC 292, we have the first of two Silvas on this card. We have Karine Silva taking on Maryna Moroz. Karine Silva, 16-4 overall, 5-0 in her last five. I got it all mixed up. 5-0 in her last five. She is riding a 7-fight stoppage streak. She's taking on Maryna Moroz, 11-4 overall, 3-2 in her last five. She's coming off what I thought was a pretty poor performance against Jennifer Maia. Maryna Moroz is a striker. She's got decent volume. She mixes up those strikes pretty well. She's got nice movement in her feet. She does like to avoid the pocket. She does not want to be in a firefight. If she is in the pocket, she's hittable. She's got a negative striking differential, which you'll see here in a minute. As of late, though, she started to work in some takedowns. She's turning into a little bit of a wrestler. She's got 5 takedowns in her last 4 fights. She's coming off that loss to Jennifer Maia. I thought she looked horrible. She threw a ton of punches. Nothing landed at all. She was getting hit with power, losing the exchanges. Literally did nothing in that fight. But the good news is we now know Maryna Moroz actually has a chin on her. And she's taking on Karine Silva. Karine Silva is a powerful grappler. She's going to work forward, going to get the takedown, and then immediately start looking for submissions, either on top or on bottom. She's got 16 wins with 16 stoppages. Some are ground and pound, some are submissions, but I don't think any of them are on her feet, right? That she needs this fight on the ground to get it done. She's going to plot forward, tight guard, bomb, work it to the cage, try to get that takedown. It's just literally that simple. And she's coming off that first round submission win over Ketlin Souza. Couple of things. One, these two already fought. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Everybody, I didn't mention it in the quick picks because it doesn't matter. They fought 9 years ago. I don't think anything about that fight matters.
Well,
at all.
I beat your ass 9 years ago, and I'd still do the same thing.
Okay, would you like to fight this weekend? We can record it for Fight Foods.
I think I'll be focused on the fights.
We could do it earlier. We could do it Sunday. Tonight, tomorrow. You tell me when. Here's an open invitation for you and I to fight.
Hold on, let me check it. Let me look at my calendar. Go ahead, keep going, and I'm gonna try and find a date for us. I'm gonna try to find a date for us. Here we go.
Yeah, sure. You're just trying to outweigh my heart, is what you're trying to do, or wait out my heart.
I mean, that's the end of August.
It is hot out. I'm really pushing it. Anyway, they fought. It does not matter. It was so long ago. They're different fighters now. Using that as a barometer, I personally don't think it means anything. Karine Silva is finish or bust.
February 9th.
Done. Book it. Write it down. February 9th. Everybody here who's watching this, who always says who would win in a fight, Angelo or Jacob, apparently it's February 9th. Don't let us forget. Don't let us forget. I won't. Well, I might, but don't let us. Jacob and I will fight on February 9th. We'll sell tickets. It'll be a charity thing. Or just live stream. Any way you want it, baby. That's the way you need it. Okay. Karine Silva needs to get this to the ground to win the fight. She should be able to get it to the ground. She should be able to win the fight. Maryna Moroz is tough, though. Maryna Moroz isn't the type of person you're just going to quickly submit. And that's what makes this tricky, because if Karine Silva doesn't finish this fight in the first round or the second round, who the hell knows what she's going to look like? Because Maryna Moroz is tough. And if you go back and you watch Karine Silva's Contender Series fight, if her opponent wasn't just straight up obsessed with getting Karine to the ground, Karine loses that fight. She was outstruck. If she can't get the submission, she's got nothing. Maryna Moroz should be the much better striker. I still think Karine wins. I still think she gets it to the ground. She should be able to get it done. She's the far more dangerous fighter. But, I get that Karine's the favorite. I don't necessarily think the line should have flipped, if that makes sense. If Karine was still the underdog, I would understand. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, it's very rare that they have fought before, and the person who lost and really got dominated in that fight is the favorite in this fight. And that just shows to how much she has put into all these finishes. And I think she does deserve it. I mean, if you look at all these finishes and how she's doing them, she probably does deserve to be the favorite, even though she's already lost to Moroz. But there are 2 fights that I want people to watch before they start betting on this fight. If you already place a bet, you might want to hedge it. I've played a little bit on both sides here, so what I'm going to say, I'm pretty confident, but I understand the dangers of Silva. So you already mentioned the Silva fight, her Contender Series fight. Please watch that fight because she was getting absolutely mauled in that first round off her back, and she had no intentions of getting back to her feet. She was playing the guard game, and not even like a good guard game. It wasn't like moving the hips for the triangles or arm bars or this and that. It was like omoplatas and go-go platas, which is like, Angela, you can tell me, it's like one of the most basic things. Nobody is getting submitted in the UFC by omoplatas and go-go platas.
Go-go plata, you're probably saying that wrong. Omoplatas, nobody's getting... Go-go platas are like super complex. Or at least like...
Well, I mean, she was throwing up all this nonsense type guard game stuff, and that's all she was doing over and over and over, getting the shit beat out of her. The second round, it started happening again. You could see in that second round, right before that, if you watch the fight, right before that Hail Mary guillotine, as Angel mentioned, that girl was wrestling for no reason at that point. You could tell she was broken. She was gassed. She was out of there, and the Hail Mary guillotine presented herself. She pulled it. She got it, and she ended up winning that fight. But if you watch that fight, and then you watch Maryna Moroz fight Mayra Bueno Silva, who was just steamrolling everyone, and you watch the top control and the top pressure that Moroz had on a dangerous grappler and Bueno Silva, I promise you that you will see this fight differently. If Karine ends up getting a takedown and is on top, that is a good... I mean, she's going to look good and she's going to have success there, and I hedged my bet in a way. But I am heavy this week on Moroz money line because I believe she is tough. Watch the shots that she's eating. You mentioned you tested her chin. Even against Bueno Silva, tired in the third round, eating clean right hands like it was very easy. She is tough. Her top control is very, very good. If she gets half guard on top of Silva in the first round, Silva is going to get beat down. She's going to gas, and she's going to lose this fight. I'm all over Moroz here, but I understand the dangers in Karine. So if you're a premium member, you understand how I played this fight, and I think I played it really, really well.
Well, I was just looking at the odds to see what Karine Silva inside the distance decision no action is, because she's tough as well, right? But anyway, it's minus 260. It's minus 280. It's too far gone.
Rose can finish her late.
Karine Silva wins inside the distance is plus 165. Maryna Moroz wins inside the distance is plus 350. You could throw $25 on both of those, and as long as this fight doesn't go to the distance, you made money.
There you go. Angela's broke the books.
Idiots.
No one's ever thought of that.
Idiots. I mean, $8,300 in DraftKings, $7,900 in DraftKings. Listen, if you think Karine Silva wins, you got to spend it. She's a cash cow in draft. You have to spend the money if you think she wins. Because history says she's going to win by submission, win by finish. She's going to get takedowns. I mean, if you think she wins, you got to do it. But a lot of people are loving Maryna Moroz, and I know she's a big underdog for a lot of people, especially on a card where you could argue underdogs are super easy on this card or super hard. This actually feels like a UFC 289 card. What's the one I went to? Is that the one I went to?
Oh my god, 290 or 289, 290, something like that. I was actually at UFC 285, and she's actually Amanda Hebos has been posting some pics.
She was dancing with some street guy. Anyway, it feels like that kind of card where there's some obvious favorites that might not be obvious. Like Robert Whittaker. Didn't pan out the way that people thought. Anyway, what's her name? Yaryui. Didn't pan out the way people thought. This feels like that kind of card because there's a couple of spots that are just almost too easy. And it's like, there's no way these all hit. This might be one of them. Karine Silva, $8,300 in DraftKings. If you think she wins, she's going to be worth that money. Maryna Moroz, $7,900 in DraftKings. Even if she wins, I don't know how well she will actually score. But if you want to see the full DraftKings analysis and breakdown and all that information, weonpicks.com. Click Become a Member. You can unlock an entire world of DraftKings insight, tools, information, data, and anything you need to build a winning DraftKings lineup. We got a couple of super chatteroots.
Yeah, can I give a fucking word in? You didn't even ask me about goddamn DraftKings or nothing.
What do you think about DraftKings?
Stupid bitch, man. No, I was going to tell somebody to please place a Moroz round 2, round 3 submission prop bet, sprinkle it, and then Saturday night, I want you to come on Twitter and thank me for it. Round 2, round 3 submission for Moroz. It's plus 2,000, plus 2,500.
There's just no way.
I mean, if you I watch the Contender Series fight and look how tired she was in the second round.
I understand, but I just don't think she's going to get submitted.
Can't wait to clip this. Hey,
Okay.
Twitter. If you're seeing us on Twitter, I told you so. That'll play
We have
well.
a $5 super chat from Alan. He said, February 9th, the over-under, Jacob shows up in a pink singlet. The over-under should be he's going to pretend this didn't happen and never show up. No way Jacob's going to fight me. He knows. Only people who see us sitting down and I'm in a giant oversized chair, only those people have no idea what happens. Everybody else knows
You can
exactly.
stand up and do a little twirl. Get in a wrestling
Everybody
stance.
else-
Scoot back and get a wrestling stance. Come on.
Nobody's
Let's
ever
see a
looked
little
cool
butt
in a
scoot,
wrestling
Angelo.
stance. Well, that's not wrestling, is it?
If you wear that gi, I'll choke you the fuck out.
Okay, I'm done. I'll wear a gi. Grab it. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Right there, like you're fucking. You're done.
You buttoning a shirt? That's not
You're
how you do
done.
it.
You're done.
Anyway.
Right here, you screw like this. You go
No.
like that.
No,
Hey,
dummy.
cross it like this.
Yeah, you didn't have it crossed just now.
It's
did
hard
you?
to do it like this. I don't have flexible wrists.
Oh, but you're going to be the one who gets it done. $5 super chat. Thank you, Alan. We have a $2 super chat from Lucky Tim. He said Roman Dolidze was in the Apex, and you know what that means.
We knew he's in Vegas. He trains in Vegas.
This
Lives
is
in
all.
Vegas.
This is all to figure out who is the father
We
of
know who the
Cheyenne
father is. It's
Vlismas's
just who
baby.
she's currently banging is what we were curious.
Well, we don't know he's the father just because his mom was in a picture.
His mom was at the gender reveal. Why the fuck would she be at the gender reveal?
Well, why wasn't he?
Because he trains in Vegas. He lives in Vegas. He's training, man. He works hard.
So why is she still living on another continent?
Well, that's where he does live, but he's training. He's
What a
ready for a
mess.
fight.
What a mess.
She
Okay.
just came to
Anyway,
Vegas. I mean, it's called sacrifices.
thank you for the $2 super chat. Let's move on.